Big investing ideas in 2022. Where should you be investing? Which industry should you be investing your money? This is the first of many videos that I'll be doing about big investing idea for 2022 coming up after the intro. What's up guys, this is JC and welcome to the Wealth Engineering channel. I create content to motivate you to increase your net worth, retire early, and build generational wealth for the purpose of making, keeping, and multiplying money. Now, how do we do that? By investing in stocks, crypto, real estate, and business. And in today's video, I'm gonna break it down the niche, the industries where you can invest in, whether it's stocks or cryptocurrencies, so that you can actually get a head start and have some information ahead of the masses, right? Because the smart investor is someone who makes the early move in the right direction before the crowd, before everyone jumps in. So if this is something that interests you, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell. So you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the first part of a mini series that I'll be doing on big investing ideas for 2022. This is where we're going to dive deep on Cathie Wood's big investing ideas documents. Every year she releases one around February or January, the end of January. Now it's available. We're gonna dive deep into it. So this is a document you can actually go on a website, right? You can actually go on a website and download a PDF like this called Big Ideas for 2022. And she breaks down about many different parts. We're gonna dive deep into it. So Cathie Wood's, guys, is very popular for early investment in Tesla. She focuses on innovation, investing innovation. And right now, the future is leading towards more and more innovation. So it's just a perfect play that you can look into what she's doing, understand where the trend is going, and find opportunities where you can invest in early, right? This is the purpose of doing things like this. And this is why she's sharing this information. I wanted to actually share part of her document right here with you guys, where she says, ARK, right? ARK Invest is our company. ARK aims to educate investors and seeks to size the potential investment opportunity, noting that risks and uncertainties may impact your projection and research model, right? Investors should use this content presented for information purpose only. Be aware of market risk, disruptive innovation, risk, regulatory risk, and risk related to certain innovation areas, right? Because these models are projections, the best they can do, right? The best projection they can do, but it doesn't mean that they're 100% accurate. But that's not the point. The point that I'm trying to say is, hey, even in her own document, she said that this is to educate investors on the potential investment opportunities, right? Once you understand the potential, the big size market, the big picture, then you can make a smarter investment on where you want to go. You not necessarily have to follow exactly word for what you say, but it could give you a good idea because her studies are actually backed by research. It's not random, it's backed by research. And that's why we're going to dive deep into it today, guys. So I'm only going to do the introduction part, and every other video after that, I'll be doing something specific, right? So, hey, you know, investing is all about investing in the future. Of course, we know that. To enlighten investor on the impact of breakthrough technology, they started investing, guys. They started publishing these ideas since 2017. Actually, what I might do one day is try to pull up this information from 2017 and see how it compares right now in 2022. That could be a great way to evaluate our accuracy and projections and go from there. So on this document, guys, she's going to cover her market research on artificial intelligence, digital customers, wallet, public blockchains, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and DeFi, Web3, right? Web3, I can tell you guys, this is going to be the next big thing after the metaverse. And she goes and beyond, right? Gene editing, multi-omics, electric vehicle, autonomous ride-hail, and logistics. I won't go through every single one of them one by one, but I'll definitely hit artificial intelligence. That's going to be the next video we'll be doing. Then after, we're going to hit the blockchains and cryptocurrencies. Web3 is going to be its own video. Electric and autonomous is also going to be their own video as well. But we got to dive deep into a lot of these sectors because this is where innovation is heading, guys. This is where innovation is heading, and understanding documents like this is very important. Also, guys, back in the days, people used to be charging $5,000 for documents like this, right? There is a lot of time, a lot of resources that are put to get information like this, and you get to get it for free, guys, for free. The times have changed. Cathie Wood is an innovator in her industry because she was able to actually democratize information and make it available to the public. Retail investors like that, we need information like this. Couple things that one thing that is very key, guys, is to understand the convergence of technology. This is something that I've actually been observing for many years, and I predicted that this was happening. Now we have research as well to back it up. And what does that mean by research, by converging? Well, from this document, ARK research is centered around the belief that 5 innovation platforms are evolving and converging at the same time: artificial intelligence, robotic, energy storage, DNA sequencing, and blockchain technology. So basically what she's trying to tell you guys is these are the big topic for innovation, and also they're converging to work with each other. Meaning you can have artificial intelligence mixed with DNA sequencing. You can have artificial intelligence mixed with blockchain technology. You could have robotic mixed with energy storage. You could have robotic mixed with blockchain technology, and so on, right? She even have this diagram that makes it super easy to understand where innovation is happening on a rapid scale, and also how they're converging with each other. So this is a great illustration and understanding, hey, whichever you invest in, eventually it will lead you into another niche, because companies will slowly include other aspect of it. Right now, wealth engineering is a small business, and wealth engineering is already looking at 2 artificial intelligence solutions to improve efficiency and sales. 2, not just 1, 2 platforms, and I'm just a bare small business, guys. Artificial intelligence is huge. It's going to impact every sector, just like the internet impacted every single sector. Same thing for cryptocurrencies and blockchain and Web3. All that is going to impact every single sector, and understanding this early on helps you as an investor to make the smart play, the smart investment. And that's why I'm sharing documents like this, and we're going to dive deep in this series and documents like that. Another diagram that she has to share is, hey, we believe that 5 innovation platforms will create significant equity market returns, and over the long term, hey, this is where we need to understand, right? We need to understand things like this. When she said will generate significant equity markets, we need to have our ears picked, we need to be paying attention to what's going on. Long-term investment. As a long-term investor, you want to place your money so that in the future, is going to accelerate with value appreciation, right? So basically, she's telling you, hey, this is what they're seeing from 2020 to 2030, and they're giving you their estimation, right? The market equity. So basically, on 2020, non-innovation equity capitalization is on the $94 trillion. That's like globally, right? And they're expecting that to grow to 126. This is the non-innovation sector. Now watch this. AI, which is one of the branch they mentioned, is going to go from 10.5 trillion to 108 trillion in the same years, right? AGR is an acronym that means compound annual growth rate. And it's saying that, hey, the compound annual growth rate for non-innovation equity is 3%. Meaning, on the lower case is if you keep growing your investments year over year, then you can expect, if it's not any innovation sector, you can expect to have a 3% increase in your investments year over year. However, guys, keep in mind, at the bare minimum, inflation is already 2%, right? And just the December inflation call was 7%. And if you have been following my channel, if you have been following my course, you know that even 7% inflation is baby numbers of what's really coming down this decade. So you want to pay attention to things like this. And if you're going to make an investment, you need it to at least rise higher than inflation, right? So this is where graphs like that comes into play. right? So this is where things like this become super appealing. And now you're looking at this number. AI alone is going to grow 26% year over year, right? Annual growth rate year over year. And that's compounded, meaning if I make 20%, 26% on my investment this year, and I re-put that money back into my investment, the next year, the 26% will be a lot bigger than the year prior to that, right? That's a compound effect, guys. And with compound effect, things can grow very large. Now, AI seems to be the biggest slot from the market capitalization for innovation. That tells you already where you should be looking into heavy, right? That could actually be a portfolio breakdown where most of where your biggest holding could be in AI, and you slowly decrease your allocation based on the market, right? The market size of it all. So that's interesting thing to keep in mind. Again, it doesn't mean that's exactly what you should do, but these are more ideas that you could be implementing, right? Battery technology from 1.5 trillion to 32 trillion, guys. So again, that's going to give you an idea of, hey, the world is going more on electric car as opposed to gas cars. And you can see that with the trend. California, Montreal, they're already passing laws on banning gas car sales in starting 2030, starting 2035. So these are interesting things, and now we're building the future that's going to happen in 2030. And if you invest early enough, you can take advantage of that. So the market size will grow from 1.5 trillion to 32 trillion dollars. The blockchain industry is currently was at 1.4 trillion in 2020, and they're expecting that to grow to 49 trillion by 2030, guys. And honestly, I'm telling you guys, let me look at you in the eyes as I tell you this. I'm telling you guys, she is being conservative with the blockchain number. She is being very conservative by estimating that at 49 trillion by 2030. I'm expecting a bigger number than this. I'll leave it at that. But who am I? I'm just a random guy in the internet. If you want to follow the advice of a professional, well, take her word for it, not mine. At least 49 trillion, meaning right now we're barely in the 2 trillion. We're barely in, we're fluctuating between 1 and 2 trillions right now in the market. So you might want to look into this right now, because if you get in at 1 trillion, then your investment can do a 50x for the long term. It actually has a higher annual growth rate than AI, right? That's why I'm so deep in crypto, guys. But look, 51% for robotic. That means my next course of action, guys, is going to be robotic. And Tesla just released this news about how they're going to accelerate their manufacturing, their design for Optimus robot. That tells you exactly what's going on. Why they want to do that is because they want to own this market. They want to get first on the market. Right now, it's barely 168 billion market for robotics. There is estimating that by 2030, it's going to be a 10 trillion market. In terms of the size of AI, it's relatively small. But when you're looking at the growth rate, the annual growth rate that's going to compound every year, that is a huge number. This is definitely way higher than inflation. And that's what we should be thinking about. That's what I'm saying. Imagine you take your profit from cryptocurrencies and you're allocating that on platforms like robotics, right? Now imagine this, guys. Tesla is worth close to $1 trillion, right? It's fluctuating up and down. But imagine if they own 50% of this, right? 50% of this market, because they were first. And if they're first, they can actually own more than that, right? But that automatically put Tesla at an additional 5 trillion just from the robotic side alone. When you factor the battery side, right? Let's say they had 20% of this market, right? That's a huge number. Tesla is the biggest AI company in the world, guys. So imagine you factor that number as well. That's becoming very interesting. And then at the end, you have gene sequencing editing. I'm not really into that, but if you want to look into it as well, you can download this report, and it's extra 40% on your investment. annual growth rate that's going to be compounded every year. If you should choose this industry as a focus for your innovation, saw the curve, you saw the graphs, you saw the numbers, and we need to dive deep into it. So I'm very excited for next video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you want more content like this, and let me know in the comment section, guys, what do you think about it? Which one of these industries are your favorite? If you had to choose just one, which one would you choose? Currently, right now, I chose cryptocurrencies, but hey, robotic is looking very good right now, especially with Tesla. I was looking into the virtual reality, but now it seems that robotic is slowly pulling my mind. So we'll see how it goes. I'll subscribe. I'll tell you exactly what I might do towards the end of the year. But hey, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll talk on the next video.
Hey, yeah, it's all about wealth engineering. Might be something that you're not used to. It's okay, cause I'm here to introduce you to concepts. Time to grow and make big moves. All about crypto, come see. Stocks and business, yes indeed. Got the info.